Alright guys, it's a brand new week. The Discord is booming and we have a couple guys that actually seem like they know what they're doing, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Welcome to the Discord, guys. Hopefully some people can use you to their advantage. Hopefully you can use me and some other people to your advantage. Going into the charts this week, we started a bit late because Monday was a holiday here in Canada. So I didn't trade on Monday, but we did catch a GU long, and now is Wednesday, so it's just a little bit late here. But I will show you, and you can see that I am posting my pre-analysis in the Discord here. So if you did want to see, I was actually trading the trades in the Discord here. Actually, I'll pop up there's EJ. We took this trade here, and that's the analysis going in. We were just rejecting off of this order block, and then on the smaller time frame we broke these lows. So I re-entered on the retrace up, or entered on the retrace up, very tight stop. And then where did we exit? Let me just jump over to EJ here. We exited right here on the double bottom. After I saw it sweep the lows here and start coming back up, I took some profit right there, and then it just exited fully right around here. And then GU, we also did quite well on GU here. So this is GU, and we were targeting, this is a daily base that we would like to see, but we actually only ended up getting into a double top here. So we did enter on that one after it broke up there, not before, but after it broke out there. And then let's look at GU. See what it did there. It touched that first purple line and then rejected fully. So once we saw it rejecting off of this, we just exited fully for the day. And then we were looking for some more longs here, but it wasn't looking like it's going to play out. Now looking at the action today, we can see something really cool here that I would love to point out so you guys can really learn here. So this is the hourly up top for GCAD, and basically I was thinking that we could short here. We have this purple box here, which is a possible supply zone that it could reject off of. I did actually draw this over here before that we would like to reject off of it. And as we came back up here, you can see on the 15-minute, we went a little bit past, rejected down, started breaking some levels, came back up, and did it again. As you can see, right above here, I'll draw that line a little bit better, move that over, sweep that high, and then broke down. So we did look for a short here, but look at this. On the hourly, look at how that closed. This is why I have the two charts, so I can watch the hourly and the 5 or 15-minute. So it closed up here. So now what did I do? Once it closed in there, we exited the trade for a small loss, and then we waited for the 15-minute to break up and above this level here, because this is what the pro traders do. If you're wrong, you look to see if there's a possible bias shift. And since we are in this major uptrend, this is simply sweeping these lows and then breaking the base. And now we're shooting for the moon. Now we're re-entering EJ, you can see I was talking about this exact pattern in that supply and demand video, where we still have this untested supply on the far left here, and we kind of came into it, but we didn't exactly touch the level. Now, the second time coming up, we did perfectly touch it, sweep it slightly, and then start dumping back down. And if we look back on the hourly up here, you see this high, it didn't close above. And then we look at the 5-minute here, and we can see the closure below these levels, this base. So that gives us a good indication that this is actually going to come down and touch that original double bottom that we were looking for. So sometimes even if you're right, you're wrong. We had our stop just a little bit too tight, and then the spread did stop us out when I was away from the computer, and then it brought us all the way back into where we would have been into profit. We're just going to look to see if we can get a secondary confirmation, something that looks like this. If we come up here, retest that area, and then dump down there, then I would get short there with an even tighter stop. So it could work out even more in our favor, but as of now, we're flat. Right, we have liftoff, taking off very nicely, and you can see that as we're starting to approach, you see this level right here. It's a little bit hard for you to see right there. I've drawn it in that teal line. It really started to slow down. You can hear my girlfriend screaming in the background. She's playing with the cats. So I just took off probably about half the profit, because you can see that we don't have all that left room to go, and then I'm just going to move the stop even tighter, and then we can go from there. So end that day with just a slight loss. So I just wanted to make sure to show you guys the re-entry that I was talking about, kind of with that squiggle there. Very similar pattern, sweeping the highs, dumping back below, and that's back within the range that we were looking for there. You can see kind of the lines matching up there, and we're still targeting the same spot exactly. So this is actually going to be a 7-hour trade if it does work out. So what's up, traders? I didn't really record a lot of the other trades there that week, just because a lot of them were just kind of not doing a whole lot. They weren't very exciting. They weren't very educational. They weren't very interesting for you guys. They weren't that fun for me either. We started off the week really strong, and then it just went a little bit downhill, a little bit of small losses. So I've just gone, and this is actually out of my Edgewonk journal. You can see we basically only took 3 winners early in the week, 6 losers. But you can see win rate really doesn't matter, does it? When you can see, you know, the average R plan was like 4.9 or whatever, but the actual sum I was able to get was 1.4 R, and you can see that the winners are bigger than the losers. On average, quite a bit bigger actually. So we did actually make a little bit of profit this week, even though, you know, I was basically wrong most of the time. So it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to go ahead and do is, this is my Edgewonk, and I just have my charts here for the week, and we're going to go through each of my trades, and I'm just going to figure out basically what I went wrong this week near the end of the week. Hopefully there's something I can pick up on, but I think that's all for this week, and I'll see you guys next week. This is probably like the coolest feature, just looking back, reviewing your trades. Since I take screenshots, it's just really easy for me to open up each trade. I got them side by side here. So the screenshots that I added, this was entering the trade, and then I did actually take profit right at that purple line there, and then it would have actually completely stopped me out if I had left it open. So it's really nice to know, going back into it, that I actually performed as I should have in that trade. Right, and so this is a really great example of a trade that I went wrong. You know, like we lost like 150, so it's not that nice of a feeling. But then when we go in here, I've got kind of all the different custom stats and whatnot that I wanted to keep track of, and then I can use this custom stats for like data analytics. And then if I wanted to open up the chart, so this is basically how I was thinking when I entered, and you know, it looked pretty good in my opinion. This is that EJ trade that we were talking about. But when I go and I look at how it actually played out, we basically just got wicked out from that spread, and my stop was actually above where it went to. So that just tells me that I was just clueless, and I didn't put my stop just slightly higher because it was a short, and this actually ended up going really well into our favor, exactly as expected. So these are kind of like those dumb blunders that you go back and you just look and you say, okay, what could I have done differently? And this would have completely changed the week. If I had done that, I would have probably had an extra 3R or something by the end of the week at least.